He say, she say, we say, I say, hearing out them points of views when I see it my way. Yes it goes, yes it knows, maybe so's, probably not.
Hello everyone, this is Spittin Fire coming to you with another one. So if you have been following Spittin Fire for many years, you know I'm anti Time's Up and anti MeToo. I do not support those, and anti Black Lives Matter and anti Limitless List. All women's lib of today, I am anti, and this is a sad situation. However, we're going to give credit to variety, all right, and we're going to be talking about Harvey Weinstein in this particular what do we call this? Oh, commentary. All right. So we're going to be sitting up there talking about Harvey Weinstein, and I'm only going to give you the defense, because I believe that a lot of times the news media only gives you the government side of things. But it's so unfortunate that they do that when it comes to the minorities. But at least they are starting to give Weinstein a little bit more on his defense. Okay, so it says, during cross-examination, Weinstein attorney Alan Jackson, well, we talking about a lot of Jacksons lately, okay? Alan Jackson questioned why Jane Doe number one continued to stay at the same hotel room after she was allegedly raped. You stand in the very room you were saying you were attacked and victimized, Jackson asked. On Monday, Weinstein's defense attorney called a former general manager of Mr. C's who worked at the hotel at the time of the alleged assault. He went through the hotel records and Jane Doe number one portfolio, okay, confirming that Jane Doe number one stayed in the same hotel weeks after the alleged assault. Jane Doe number one reported her alleged assault to authorities 4.5 years later in October 2017 and told the jury that she only came forward to report the incident when her teenage daughter, who was also a victim of sexual assault, encouraged her to go to the police earlier this month after her daughter, Maria, testified and collaborated details of her mother's story, saying she had the courage to speak out only because of my promise to me, and she will go to the police about her own sexual assault. And I find it to be interesting. You've been a sexual. I'm just asking. You've been a victim of sexual assault, you know what I mean, and your daughter. You know what I mean? I mean, if I was a victim of sexual assault, depending on who was sexually assaulted first, I definitely will be really more protective over my daughter. But that's just me, okay? And yes, I am questioning victims. Yes, I do. And if y'all call that victim shaming, too bad. This is not the channel for you, because I'm anti-MeToo and anti-Time's Up. I question victims, all right? On Monday, the defense called Beverly Hills PD Detective Spittin Fire as interviewed Jane Doe number one daughter in 2017, where she came to the police station and reported her own sexual assault that allegedly occurred in a high school. Weinstein attorney asked the detective if Jane Doe number one said anything about being a victim of sexual assault while she was accompanying her daughter at the police station. Did Jane Doe number one ever tell you and mention to you her own victimization? Jackson asked the detective, who responded according to the report. And the answer was no. The prosecutor, Paul Thompson, followed up the story by questioning Jane Doe, okay, because they followed up. Then, after they followed up with the story, the defense also called the firefighter in the Los Angeles Fire Department to testify, who confirmed that the fire alarm went off on Mr. C's hotel at the Los Angeles Fire Department was dispatched during the early morning of February 18, 2013, around 12:45 a.m., which was around the time the alleged rape of Jane number one said took place. All right. During the Jane Doe number one cross-examination earlier at the trial, Weinstein attorney asked if she recalled hearing a loud fire alarm going off in the hotel the night of the alleged rape. She appeared to be confused of the question and said she did not recall hearing a fire alarm that night. Weinstein attorney shot back, "You don't remember the fire alarm because you weren't in the room, right?" During the opening statement, Weinstein defense told the jury that Weinstein is not a serial predator, I believe that, and the woman is engaged in consensual and transactional sex with a powerful producer, or suggested some of the women are lying about alleged sexual assault. If you look carefully at the building blocks of the prosecutor's supersized case, you will see a different picture emerge than what the prosecutor described to you. Weinstein attorney Mark okay, Worksman said during the opening statement last month, you will see that these were all consensual relationships. In some cases, they didn't happen at all. I believe that because that is some of the situations that's happening in the R. Kelly situation. There are a whole lot of people who are mad at these men for their careers are failing. There are a lot of people and a lot of women who wanted to be actresses and things of that nature. Now, do I think that Harvey Weinstein is innocent as far as mistreating women? Probably so, but do I think that he raped them? And no, I don't believe that. I'm just sorry. I just believe that a lot of these women only came forward because they did not make it in Hollywood. They did not become this big actress and everything else. Only selected few did. And I also believe that he believed that because many of the women who were throwing themselves at him to try to sleep with him to get these roles, that he thought he can hit on women and come on to women for even a bigger role. And I believe that women got that crossed up and thought that he was just being a predator at this particular moment. So I believe that happens. I believe that men hit on women and think that every woman is easy to get because so many women cross the line to try to advance their careers. And that's just my personal take on it. I'm not saying that nobody that is a power have ever raped anybody. I know that happens for real, but it seems to me that if anyone who was really truly victimized in a Harvey Weinstein situation, there are so many women who are falsifying these accusations that it just really drowns out those who could have and may have been actual true victims. And then at that point, because of his rights, that kind of cancels and damaged the whole situation in my case. And that's just me spitting fire, okay? So I know a lot of you women out there are going to say that this is shame and I shouldn't do this and do that. But I feel like if you are a victim of rape or something like that, I think that organizations should get you to speak up more ahead of time and get you the courage to do so, because as soon as money is involved, it seems like everybody just starts singing like a bird, and all of the shame that they claimed that they had for many years just so miraculously went away. So anyway, thank y'all for tuning in to Spittin Fire. Also, the defense. Let me wrap it up. Let me rewind it for a minute. The defense is supposed to be wrapping up in this case sometimes this week. All right. So we're gonna probably do a update on this or whatever, of course, because then there's going to be a sentencing and all this kind of stuff and a verdict and anything of that nature. But in the meantime, thank you for tuning in to Spittin Fire. I'm your girl, R.A., and this is Spittin Fire again. Fire out.